Hello and welcome to today's coaching call and community conversation. Today we are going to be talking about the 20-hour fast, which is my personal favorite fast, and why women should use this fast if they're feeling stuck, or maybe they feel like they're transitioning through what we talk about here, the seasons of menopause, and they're not happy with how that's going for them. So welcome. My name is Dy Ann. I'm the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. We have a course that starts every month, the first Saturday of every month. So if you're interested in what we have going on here, jumping into class will be your next best step. Today, I do want to talk about the 20-hour fast, and I want to explain to you why we have really embraced that fast here in this community and how you can utilize it as a tool for yourself as well. And then use the comment section, hit the like button. I ask all those things that everybody else asks in these social media platforms, because it does help me and our community reach more people when you are here and you are interactive. So please just take a second to do that if you guys don't mind. Okay, so let's get started on today's topic. Like I said, I'm talking about the 20-hour fast because that is what I teach. That is the protocol that is getting the best results for the women in our community. So I'm going to break down, like I always do, what fasting really means. And then I'm going to go through some fasting protocols and explain to you why it is the 20-hour fast might be great for you and how you can really, what I call, ebb and flow your way in and out of fasting depending on what's going on in your life, and how you can always default back into this 20-hour fast. Okay, so we know that our fast starts. So fasting is just going without anything that's going to interrupt you hormonally or chemically. When we make that decision to start our fast, we should cease everything that's going to potentially break a fast. I like to brush my teeth like right when I'm done with my last meal, and then I just drink water throughout the night and really let my body get into that deep healing state from here to here. I don't do anything that's going to interrupt that. This is the first 12 hours. In my humble opinion, as a coach, I say those first 12 hours are really, really important to set the stage for what you want your body to do in the next 8 hours, right? So 12 plus 8 would be our 20-hour fast. So this is just when your body is preparing itself chemically and hormonally to get into what I like to call the fasted state. So this is fasting. This is the fasted state. This is where the magic happens. This is preparation for magic to happen. Every hour beyond that 12 hours is really where your body's in that healing and reset place. There has been a study that was done on breast cancer survivors, and just 13 hours of fasting radically reduce the risk of, or the actual reoccurrence of, breast cancer. So just think about that. If you just stop eating or stop creating an environment for your body to have a chemical or hormonal reaction to something for 13 hours and you're a breast cancer survivor, your chances of breast cancer reoccurrence are greatly minimized. Like, that's mind-blowing, right? So 13 hours. So imagine what every other hour after that could possibly do for you. And what we have noticed here in this community is the 20-hour fast, where most women are getting the best results. So I don't have to run a scientific study or rely on some outside source to conduct a scientific study. Y'all are the study. You come back and tell me that you've been fasting for 20 hours and the results that you're getting are amazing. Let me share with you a comment that just came in this morning, an hour ago, from our June course member. What a difference a 20-hour clean fast IF makes. Thank you, Diane Parham, for the tough love, because you know I'm going to speak to you from the truth and give you some tough love, and for the clear explanation of what happens in our bodies. I have been dirty fast IFing for 16 hours and 8 hours of feasting, cream and coffee, and following a keto way of eating for a long time, and very strict since June 1st, and nothing budged. So fasting for 16 hours, living a keto lifestyle, dirtying up her coffee, nothing budged. In 3 days of following this program, so she's inside the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, she's lost 3 pounds. I will stop listening to the lovely 30-year-old ladies and dudes on the internet, even though they teach with good intentions, right? But at the time when I was 30, that philosophy and that way of doing things worked. Now I'm 56, and when I started this lifestyle, I was 51. I had to learn how to do things differently. So y'all are my proof that this works. A current June course member is living proof that the 20-hour fast works for us. Okay, so let's talk about fasting protocols and why other people are talking about other things. Okay. So we just talked about 12 hours is just not eating. You're setting the stage for a fasted state. That 12 hours is what we need with no interruption. So our insulin is at its lowest level. Nothing's firing, right? Everything is just getting a chance to go to baseline and reset itself. If you're fasting for 13 to 15 hours, you're generally like your day's going to look like you're just skipping breakfast and you're going to skip the popcorn on the couch at night while you're watching a movie or Netflixing or whatever it is you do. And you're just going to stay in this state right here for just a couple more hours. 16-hour fasting protocol, which our friend in our gym class was doing and not losing weight, is a great fasting protocol if you're have life things going on, because we know that this is really beneficial for us, right? 12 hours is setting the stage. 13 hours has been proven to reduce the reoccurrence of breast cancer. So if you're not a breast cancer survivor, let's just all fast for 13 hours and hope that that keeps us out of having to manage a breast cancer survival story, right? Let's take our chances on that. And then 16 hours, let's say you're going on vacation and you vacation and you eat. Like, what if you fasted for 16 hours, right? And you could still keep that energized sense of calm. You can still like enjoy the food that's available on vacation, but you're not going to risk looking and feeling your best on vacation. Maybe you have a lifestyle variation that's a season of your life and you want to just go back to 16. What if you have specific athletic goals? Maybe you're trying to run a marathon or a half marathon and you just need to have a feasting window that's larger. Still super beneficial, right? But these windows are the ones that I say to do from a healed state, not a healing state. And I'll explain that in just a second. So 18-hour fasting, again, really great, right? Because we've done the 12, we set the stage. We're going to, utilize this as the healing extension of the 12 hours. This is great if we want to have some variation. 18 hours is fine too. Maybe you just like food. Maybe you have to have time to eat with your family a little bit more. And then when I say just like food, we all just like food. But what I mean is maybe you need more of a window. Maybe you are a runner, or maybe you are playing tennis, or maybe you have certain days where you need to fast 18 and other days you can fast others. It's all fine. This is a great maintenance protocol as well. If you're traveling, it's good. If you're on vacation, it's good. Or maybe you're doing it for just an authentic way to live your own life. Fantastic. The 20-hour fast, which we teach here, and most of us live here with great results, is where we get the hormonal reset. And I know, just like we talked about here, we have those 30-year-olds who are telling us, even some 30-year-olds with the DR in front of their name, who are probably not medical doctors, but doctors in some other aspect, which is totally fine, who are telling us that it throws our hormones out of whack. Yes, our hormones are already out of whack. That's why so many of us are struggling through menopause, because our hormones are completely out of whack. And this 20-hour fast has proven to give us a chance to reset our hormones. When we hear the word hormone, we have to think, where does our head go? The reason most of us are so miserable in menopause has to do with our hunger hormones, our insulin, our ghrelin, our leptin, even the signals that go to our brain, our neuropeptides, which send other messages throughout our body to respond and react to things. They're completely out of whack. And so those little tricks and tips that we did from the 30s, right, that when we were in our 30s, or the tips and tricks we're getting from 30-year-olds, don't work for us anymore just because of the season of life that we are in. The other beautiful benefits of the 20-hour fast for us here in this community is it gives us a chance for fat utilization, which is what we all want, right? You don't have to do this through heavy nutritional changes. It's called a fasting window. When you're in that fasted state long enough for your body to tap into the storage of fat, it will utilize it. When you utilize things, they go away. So it's a beautiful window for fat utilization. It is also the place where we can have glucose control, or what I call draining the tanks. So many of us who are suffering from insulin resistance to pre-diabetic states, so many of us are there. I was there myself, or diabetic states, or we are suffering from memory loss and brain fog, or we fear Alzheimer's disease or any kind of cognitive decline as we age. And a lot of us have come to me, a lot of the women here in this community who fear that because they're watching their mothers and their grandmothers go through that. It is because of our glucose backup, right? All that glycogen we have stored in our body, which dumps into our system. When we're in this 20-hour fast, we force our body to utilize that. Force in a good way. This is what I call when we're balancing out and resetting our hormones. I liken it to just controlling toddlers with temper tantrums, right? As a society, we have been trained that if our stomach growls, if we feel the pains of hunger, if we're bored, if we feel fatigued, go eat and fix the problem. And food is not the tool to fix those problems. We have more efficient tools to fix those problems. So if we can control and reset and create boundaries around our hunger hormones and get rid of the temper tantrums, we can live very fluidly through our day on a 20-hour fast with the energized sense of calm that comes with utilizing fat as a source of energy, because it's just a more sustainable energy. You're not going to go like this, like you do hypoglycemically when you have high spikes and big drops. You're going to live your day like this, completely energized, because you're just using a more efficient fuel source. When we get here in this hormonal reset, this is what I called the healed state. So when you're losing weight, when you don't feel this anymore throughout the day and you're feeling this throughout your day, when you've managed to understand and be able to control your hunger hormones, when you're sleeping better, when the signs and signals of menopause start to go away because you are now in balance hormonally, then you can really fluctuate between these protocols because you'll have confidence and comfort in the 20. So you can confidently go on vacation and shorten your fast to 16 hours. You can practice what I teach here in this community, the don't bring it, don't buy it, don't accept it. When you're traveling, get some good long fast days in, not gain weight on vacation, which is magical. And so many women here go on vacation very freely without fear of gaining weight because you know how to manage your life, right? You've created authentic lifestyles for yourself. So when you go on vacation, you take your authentic lifestyle with you. You just have the opportunity to shorten your fast a little bit. This is absolutely magic for us here in this community. All women who are frustrated or feeling stuck should practice a 20-hour fast. You should practice it squeaky clean, and you should practice it until you are healed, because once you're healed, you build in the freedom and flexibility to ebb and flow throughout your life. And I put here 20 plus as a personal choice because a lot of women thrive in longer fasts. I am personally not one of those women. So I don't ever like to limit fasting to just 20 hours. If you have a personal reason, or you just enjoy fasting for a couple of days, or you like to fast for 24, maybe you're the one meal a day or eat, stop, beat, or whatever you want to describe that as, and that's where you thrive, then you should have the freedom and flexibility to do that as well, because you're thriving there. And then whenever you have opportunities where you feel like you want to create memory making moments or go live your life in a different way authentically, you have the freedom and flexibility to jump in and out of that as well. And anytime you feel like you are going from healed and you're sliding back to some old ways, you have this. It's the old trusty default that we go back to, and it will never fail you. I appreciate you being here. I want nothing more for you than to wake up every day looking and feeling your best and living your most authentic life. Have a great one. I'll see you guys later.